What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. All right, so we are back here with the 2011 Altima that we did the LED lighting on. And again, there's gonna be a video why I have this car. But today we're gonna be doing something to make this car, so basically it's not gonna be an upgrade, it's gonna be a fix. It's gonna be a cheap fix though. So this vehicle was bought with 169,000 miles. And there's one thing, I mean, the car has leather interior, heated seats, everything. Now there'll be more of this car on a later video, but there's something that doesn't quite work, and that is the AC control unit. So the AC control unit turns on, you guys can see here, and this knob for the actual range doesn't turn on. It works whenever it wants to, but then it's all finicky. If you try to spin it, look at this. Then it comes back down if you try to spin it down. So it's kind of wonky. Now, we want to try to fix this because this actually becomes annoying after trying to, find the right amount of air you want through the vents. It becomes annoying when you can't get to a certain spot because it's just acting all weird. So what we did is we went ahead on eBay, we went in there and we purchased a used one. Now, here's the used one. With this one has the dual zone climate control, so you have to make sure it has both displays on the passenger and driver side. So we're gonna go ahead and install this one and see, hopefully it works. According to the seller, this is 100% working. So if not, of course, we could always return it. And again, this job is actually quite easy. So let's go ahead and get started on this. I will show you what tools we're gonna use, and then we'll start on the process.
So the tool we're gonna be using is gonna be a trim removal tool, a pick or a very thin screwdriver, a T20 Torx screwdriver or a bit, and a driver or a Phillips head screwdriver. Alright, so to start off, we're gonna open the compartment at the bottom here. Once you do that, reach underneath the radio and just pull down this plastic tab. That'll actually come right out. Then we're going to remove the vents up here. Now, be careful with these vents because the plastic around them is very, very sensitive or thin, and you could actually crack it. Towards the end of the video, I'll actually show you actually crack this, and especially if it's cold, it becomes more brittle. So just take your time and pry around it, lift it up, and then you should be able to pull it straight out. Once you get that out of the way, you don't have to unplug the two connectors back there, but you can if you want. I would just unplug the hazard lights and not the airbag module. Big warning, if you unplug the airbag light module, I should call it, you're gonna have to use a scan tool to basically reset it. Once you get the vents out of the way, you're gonna see 4 screws, 2 on top of the radio and 2 below the radio, right underneath the HVAC unit. Those are Phillips screws. You're gonna want to remove those. Once you remove the screws, you should be able to pull it straight out. Entire assembly comes in one piece. Go ahead and take some kind of rag or some shop towel or something and put it over the shifter just so you don't scratch the shifter and mess it up, because you're gonna kind of be working on top of this. Once you do that, you're gonna find 2 T20 screws, 1 on each side of the HVAC control unit. Go ahead and remove those screws. After you remove both screws, go ahead and bend the tabs back. You just go ahead and pull on these aluminum tabs straight back, just like this, on both sides. Once you do that, you should be able to push the HVAC control unit straight out from the front. Once you have removed the HVAC control unit, use your pick or your small screwdriver to kind of pry on the connector. This will make it a lot easier. Just make sure you don't break any of the connectors. Take your new or used control unit, plug it in, and then we'll test it before we reassemble everything.
Okay, so now we got the control unit connected. That's the used or new one to this car, but used. We're gonna turn everything on, and we're gonna see if it works. So let's go ahead and start with auto, so everything lights up there. Functions work. If we go to dual climate control, make sure that works as well. So you can change one, and let's check out our knob. And our knob works perfect. So everything's working on this, all the buttons, all the settings, good. And it works perfectly fine. All right, so now it's just a matter of putting everything that we just did back together.
Once you're done testing and make sure everything works, go ahead and put everything back together. It's pretty much the opposite of what you just did. Very simple to put everything back in.
All right, so it's all done. That's simple. Please be careful when you're prying on here. I actually did break my panel right there, that plastic panel, look at that. It's broken right there. This plastic is very sensitive, especially if it's cold, and it's been cold, it's been sitting outside the whole time. So I did break the panel there. So you just wanna make sure that when you're prying, you get on these high points here, not in here, because then that's what I did. I kind of broke it when I pulled this off. But learn from my mistakes, don't do the same thing. Be careful when you're pulling that off. So let's go ahead and turn this on. Make sure everything's working good. All right, so we got temperature here. Dual climate, that means this will be moved by itself. That moves. We can control the air fan speed, perfectly fine. All the settings work. Auto on, defrost, everything. Sweet. That part cost me about $70 plus shipping on eBay. And you don't have to buy a brand new one for $100 and something, $200. And again, it's pretty easy to do. Just again, be careful when prying on these panels. You don't want to break these. Now, you can actually replace this plastic piece. This comes apart. You get a whole new plastic piece if you want. In this sense, the year of the car, the age of the car, I'm not really worried about it. But again, just be careful. So that is it. All right, so that is it. Very simple to do on this car. Nothing to it, and anybody could do it just with some quick pry tools and some screws, screwdrivers, things like that could be done. Very simple. Okay, so that is it. That is the install. Very simple, straightforward. Just be careful with the plastic pieces so you don't break it like I did. And I will be updating you guys and giving you more information on why this car is here, why it's part of the channel, and it's only be part of the channel for 3 videos. The next video will explain everything on that one. And this install was very simple, straightforward to do. Now, I hope you guys did like the video. And if you do and you guys get help from it, go give it a big thumbs up. Also, every part I use and every tool I use, I always get asked me, you know, where's the link to the tools and stuff? There's a link down to my Amazon store. Click on that link, it'll take you in there, and it'll basically almost categorizes every car I've used and every tool I've used and what I've done to those cars and what tool I use for those cars. And you can just click on that link, get them from that link. If for some reason the link is expired, let me know. There's a link that's not working or something, I will fix it. But other than that, every tool and every part I've gotten on this car, I've gotten from Amazon pretty much on my Amazon store. And I hope you guys did like the video. If you did, give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys on my next video. Peace.